I still want to defeat the sponsor. They're the embodiment of evil. Unless we eradicate them from this world, they'll come back to haunt us again and again. I fell for their ruse and became a murderer. I can't let anyone else make the same mistake. I totally agree with Takumi. I'll never forgive the sponsor for toying with us and exploiting our kindness. Never. Nobody gets away with harming my dear Takumi. My dear Takumi. Is there something we should know? That was a joke? Just a joke? There's nothing going on between Takumi and me. Nothing at all. Right? Right, Takumi? Huh? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like not even a teensy little thing? Cross your hearts and hope to die. What sort of a follow-up question is that? I already said it was nothing. Although, I mean, if we're getting technical, there is this one thing. Why are you telling them about that? It just slipped out. Oh, blow up and die, you dumb normies. Only Takumi, though. What is happening? Why are Tsubasa and Takumi fighting all of a sudden? This is more of an expression of love. You'll understand when you're older. Stop it! We had better things to do than tease me right now. I think we should be talking about this even more. We all want to see you happy, Takumi. What? See me happy? I've been suffering all this time because you took on the toughest role among us. So when we see you happy, it gives us a sense of relief. Basically, we wish for your happiness as much as you wish for ours. Didn't you know? We were heartbroken for all those days because you were out of commission. We'll fight the sponsor for daring to inflict so much pain on you just for
because
kicks.
Making you happy is the only reason we're even fighting.
Aw. Tsubasa is cute. I love her to pieces. She's so sweet. Would make kissies at her and get rejected. Aw. So, the scene before we came here, she kissed the redhead. In that moment, I knew in my heart that we could beat the sponsor. With friends like this behind me, I could overcome any cunning or intrigue the sponsor threw at me. This time, we'll succeed. The sponsor is going down. We all exchanged glances and nodded. I vowed to myself that we would defeat the sponsor. All right, we need to firm up our strategy. If you'll all kindly accompany me to the biolab. Why the biolab? There's something I need to show everyone. Something critical to our plan and to beating the sponsor. Yugami led us all to the biolab. There you go. Take a look at these. Yugami retrieved some things from a shelf and laid them out on the desk. Ew, is that a finger? These are dismembered parts of a dead body. Yes, indeed. I went around collecting them from all over the schoolyard while we were out on our little break. A dismembered body in the schoolyard? Whose is it? Oh, I know. The 6 other sponsors. There's no mistaking it. These are the body parts of the first sponsor. The one who self-destructed on the last day of the second round. So, okay, sorry, just one of them. They blew themselves up to hide their identity after they realized the poison was lethal. That must be why some of these body parts are charred. Anyway, I analyzed these assorted remains the other day, and I discovered something very intriguing. This body had already been dead for several years. Excuse me? Years? But the sponsor only self-destructed 20 or so days ago. I was surprised too. I convinced myself I must have made a mistake. So I checked again and again, but the result was always the same. Every corpse had been dead for at least a few months, sometimes years. So my final conclusion was this. The sponsor's true identity was a dead body. So What's making it talk and move? I'm so confused. A dead
Oh.
body? You mean they were a zombie? Think about it. Doesn't it make a lot of what we knew about them make sense? They didn't need to eat or sleep. They kept coming back even when we killed them. That's like the textbook definition of zombie. I don't know. It sounds too outrageous for me. It sounds like a different genre. You think it's impossible, right?
Oh.
But how many impossible things have we already witnessed since coming to this academy? There's probably an actual person controlling these dead bodies using chemoanima. Ooh, that would make sense. That would explain why the sponsor had so many bodies at their disposal. They were all corpse puppets. And they could grab as many dead bodies as they wanted from a cemetery or something. That's what the first sponsor really was. An army of dead bodies. This idea could also explain why they organized the invader hunt in the first place.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Huh?
By making us slaughter invaders by the dozens, the sponsor would get their prime pick of dead bodies. Then they could create as many spares as they wanted. They were powering themselves up by making us create dead bodies for them? Exactly. For the sponsor, we're just corpse-turning contractors. That's why the rules of the hunt are fairly lenient towards the player. It was set up in such a way to ensure the sponsor wouldn't lose too many of their contractors all at once. Only executing one player per round did seem kind of a half-assed to me. And the duration of each round suddenly went up to 15 days, slowing down the pace of the executions. The points distribution system was to help us stay alive for longer as well. Because of that, we were able to hunt together in teams. Also that we could create as many dead bodies as possible. We've been dancing to that zombie's morbid tune and it irks the hell out of me. Do you think the second sponsor is also a corpse puppet? Odds are deathly high. They claim to be the sponsor's successor, but they're likely just one of the many corpses the first sponsor still has at their disposal. This is mind-boggling. The sponsor's been using us all this time to create dead bodies that they then turned into zombies? But wait. A blood-curdling possibility suddenly flashed across my mind. If the sponsor could control dead bodies... Yugamu, if the sponsor's ability is to control corpses, could they use our friends' bodies as well? What if they raid Kyoshika's grave or steal Kurata's body? Gaku and Eito's body are in danger as well. We've left them in the morgue. The sponsor could have easily stolen them from under our noses. That's just inhumane. Using their bodies even after they've died? Let's go check the graves and morgue immediately. We need to make sure the bodies are all accounted for. We all turned at once and started to dash out of the lab when... Whoa, chill out, guys. Yugamu stopped us, his arms outstretched across the doorway. I've already secured our friends' remains. Secured them where? In their own dignified coffins. In my room. Since we're on the subject, come and pay your respects. We hesitantly headed to Yugamu's room. Inside, we saw... Yugamu's room was packed from wall to wall with coffins. It looked more like a morgue than a bedroom now.
Where's your furniture? Your bed?
Yeah, where do you sleep?
I dismembered and disposed of them. I figured these guys' eternal sleep was more important than mine, you know?
Aww.
Thank you, Yugamu, for protecting their bodies all by yourself.
As weird as he is, I mentioned this last time, but he does have some endearing qualities.
I'm so glad they're safe.
Yeah. You did great. Once the invader hunt is over, we'll give them a proper reburial.
Yugamu, what are those things on top of the coffins?
The bombs from inside their bodies. I surgically removed them when I brought them here.
Oh.
It didn't feel right to leave something so sickening inside them, even in death, you know?
Yukamu.
I could feel my tears welling up at Yugamu's kind consideration. He was probably more repulsed by the bombs than ever, having been blown up by one himself the other day. We all stood before the coffins to pay our respects before leaving Yugamu's room. Aww. The moment we stepped out of Yugamu's room onto the rooftop, we heard an unexpected voice.
Oh.
Hey, do you guys have a minute?
Long time no see, everyone.
Ima and Kako. Well, you two are an unusual sight around here. To what do we owe the honor? I could already feel tensions rising. We exchanged knowing glances and prepared ourselves to fight if we needed to. Nobody could tell what these two were thinking. They even injured Nozomi during the Eva incident before. No need to be so wary. We're here to offer you our unconditional surrender.
Right, like a white flag.
Kako raised both hands as a sign of surrender. So you're not going to antagonize us anymore? I mean, it's not like we can beat you guys, right?
And now Takemaru is dead.
There's really no point competing against you the way things are right now. In fact, we were hoping we could join you. Sounds like a good deal for you. After all those terrible things you said to Takumi, I'm not expecting you to welcome us for free, of course. I come bearing a gift. What kind of gift? My life. I'll stay in last place all through the next round and die. In exchange, I ask that you keep my dear sister safe when I'm gone. What?
Brother dearest, what are you talking about?
I'll even let you lock me in that cage in the courtyard if you doubt my sincerity. Then I'll die in the same cage Eva once occupied. Poetic justice for my attempted murder of her, don't you think? Ima.
Brother dearest, no. How could I live without you?
Come now, sister dearest. This is the way it should be.
It's an unspoken rule that an older brother takes the place of his sister when she faces certain death.
Kako is definitely from Hope's Peak? Maybe. Ima's words made me remember what Eva said just before she died.
To earn my title as mother, there is something I must do. I must teach Nozomi the meaning of true love and the strength of a real parent who never sacrifices her children to benefit herself.
A loving heart that moves someone to give their life to protect another, completely contrary to what the Killing Games stood for. And that was why... It's fine. You can both join our team. Really? Yeah. Takemaru asked me to forgive you two anyway. I'm so grateful, Mr. Sumino. I will die as promised, so please take care of my... Oh, on one condition. Ima, you are prohibited from dying. You need to survive too. What? Hold on, Mr. Sumino. If I survive, someone else has to die. No, nobody has to die. We're gonna put an end to this game. Don't worry. As long as we remain united, the sponsor will be no match for us. Seems like someone's developed a killer new attitude since we last saw him. But that's how our leader should be. I feel like we're letting these two off too easy, but I'm good if Takumi is. Ima, Kako, let's put our past behind us and work together for the future.
Gross. I usually can't stand cringy stuff like this, but I'll let this one slide. It'll be a change from all that awkwardness, at least.
To be fair to the others, we all fell from the sponsor's ploy to divide and conquer. Now we're finally united as one again. The pride of the Special Defense Unit is at stake. Let's take down that sponsor. Our newfound unity made us all the more determined to fight against our enemy. We carry on the will of those who had passed before us and do what needed to be done. Day 84. All right, let's get this meeting started. Needless to say, we're here to discuss how to bring down the sponsor once and for all. I shot Yugamu a glance, and he took over. To beat the sponsor, we'll first have to deal with the 3 deadly weapons they wield. First of all, their suit. As you all know by now, it has the ability to negate hemoanima-based attacks. None of our superhuman attacks will even scratch it. Technology that nullifies the power of divine blood. The inventor must be a real wizard. But it's crazy weak against physical attacks. Anyone can destroy it with a regular weapon. Yeah, we broke through it before with a simple crossbow. It's not all that tough. We shot holes in the first sponsor's suit some 50 nights ago, but damaging it wasn't the real problem. The sponsor has 2 other weapons at their disposal. The bees are especially lethal. If we so much as touch the sponsor, they'll swarm around and attack us.
Just like when they killed the others by sucking their blood dry.
Mr. Yokoshiji was killed by those accursed bugs too. Why are those bees still here in the school after the change of sponsors? Likely because they aren't servants to a specific sponsor. They serve the invader hunt itself. So long as the game continues, we'll have to live in fear of those bees. It's not like the bees are invincible, though. Remember, we also had one of the sponsor's suits. The bees can't touch anyone who's wearing it. But here comes our biggest problem. The sponsor's 3rd weapon. The remote control. A deadly new weapon they've somehow gotten their hands on. The detonator to the bombs inside us.
Being held back by bombs in our bodies is such a killing game cliche at this point. It's starting to feel like deja vu.
There were 7 buttons on that controller. Each button had an image of one of us on it. They probably did that so they wouldn't accidentally press the wrong button in the heat of the moment. It ensures the right person gets taken out before they attack the sponsor. This 3rd weapon's maybe the worst of all. With that around, we can't even get close. Hey, I know! What if I attack the sponsor while wearing the suit?
Nozomi, what is this nonsense? Are you still trying to die?
No, this isn't a suicide mission. In fact, I think the odds are in my favor.
Think about it. There's no one better than me to do the job because I don't have a bomb in my body.
Oh, right. You're not an official member, so... Nozomi came to the academy of her own free will. She basically snuck in without even the people in charge noticing. Unlike us, she hadn't had a bomb implanted in her while she was unconscious. Even so, was it a good idea to put Nozomi in such a great danger? Even if we did beat the sponsor by risking her life. Well, I'd say building a strategy around Nozomi is feasible. It negates one of the sponsor's weapons. That's big. So I can do it? But even if we risk your life to beat the sponsor, would that really end the game? Beat the sponsor, beat the game. Oh no, the sponsor's actually still alive. That's been the flow of events so far.
Right, another successor might show up.
They've got an army of zombies after all.
Creating successors out of dead bodies is too freaky, even for me.
But didn't the sponsor mention they only had one body right now?
No, there's only one of me. I'm not talented enough to control more than one body.
Obviously, that was a lie. Why would they show their hands so easily? We should assume the sponsor still has multiple bodies. Pointless to kill just the one we can see. How about we find and kill the person controlling them? There being one person in control was just a theory. Even if I was right, where would this person be? How could we find them? Ugh. Sponsor's like a roach that can't be squished. Tsubasa suddenly raised her voice in frustration. They should just drop dead already. Why won't this game end?
Don't be be sad, Mistress Tsubasa. It's basically a stylistic form for killing games to drag on and on.
Is this why this timeline is so long? Stylistic form?
Ever noticed how killing games in movies or comics never seem to end once they get started? The players exploit a loophole and think they've won, only to find themselves at the start of another game. They beat the mastermind and think it's finally over, only for the true mastermind to show up.
Sounds like you're describing the invader hunt.
Yeah, because so far as killing games go, this hunt's about as cliche as they come. I mean, have you seen the rules?
There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. I bet the sponsor's hoping it'll drag on forever. Oh, just knock me out now.
I prefer killing games that start and end with a bang. Oh, my recent wrecks include...
Danganronpa, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa V3, Virtue's Last Reward. Arumi proceeded to go on a tangent about killing game reviews and theories, but I'd already tuned out by then. There was something she said earlier that couldn't get out of my mind. There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. She was right. There was nothing in the rules about us winning. For some odd reason, that statement stuck in my mind, even though I couldn't figure out for the life of me why it seemed so important. Takumi, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking about something. I ignored the odd sensation and focused on continuing the discussion. Let's put our heads together to come up with a way to beat the sponsor and prevent another one from showing up. We talked over different ideas right until nighttime, but still couldn't come up with anything viable. Sad. Ding dong, ding dong. Our break time ends tomorrow. The 4th round would start in 2 days. I didn't want to play this game anymore. I'd been hoping we could take out the sponsor before it started, but getting flustered now solves nothing. I should just go to bed. I slipped into bed and lay down with every intention of sleeping. But it was not to be. My mind was still actively thinking about Darumi's words from the afternoon, and sleep had all but fled from me.
There's no clear rule explaining how the players can win this game. I bet the sponsor's hoping it'll drag on forever. Oh, just knock me out now.
I didn't know why I was so hung up on that one point, and I still couldn't find an answer no matter how hard I thought about it. Eventually, I finally started drifting off. Because I fell asleep with the lights on, my sleep was shallow that night. But I did dream. In those dreams, I relived the events that had occurred ever since the sponsor showed up. Don't worry, I'll not lay a finger on any of you. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. The forceful ending of the game was the one thing that could be construed as player victory. Maybe that was why I got so hung up on what Darumi said, because a player victory condition actually did exist. The next scene to flash across my mind was Yugamu being blown up by the second sponsor. The invader hunt didn't end then, even though they'd murdered a player. That was because Yugamu attacked the sponsor first, so punishing him for that was considered just cause. The current sponsor carried that terrible remote control capable of blowing us up everywhere they went. Scene changed, and I saw the bodies of our friends that Yugamu had secured. The bombs on top of the coffins. Yugamu had surgically removed them post-mortem. He was blown up by one himself. He must have abhorred their very existence. I have an idea. What if we say we poisoned him, but we didn't? And then the sponsor detonates all of our bombs. I mean, unfortunate really, but we can go into the Revive-O-Matic. But that is without cause, because there was actually no poison. This terrifying weapon was tucked away in the bodies of all my friends.
It's an unspoken rule that an older brother takes the place of his sister when she faces certain death.
Next, the memory of Ima and Kako asking to join our team surfaced in my mind. Ima declared that he would die on behalf of Kako. His determination touched me. Just then, I sat up in bed, suddenly wide awake.
Huh?
I found it! I found it! I'd had an epiphany while sifting through those memories in my dreams. I found a way to end this game. I ran out of my room and went to wake up Yugamu and Darumi. What is it, Takumi? It's the dead of night, you know.
Yeah, what do you want? I was just about to go visit Mistress Tsubasa in her room.
Listen, guys, I finally found it. I found a way to end the invader hunt. You mean you found a way to definitely kill the sponsor? No, we're not going to kill the sponsor. We're going to end the game.
What now?
Is there any difference? As different as chalk and cheese. Conflating the two was our first mistake. I shared my new strategy with my friends. Their reaction? But that does sound like it could be worth a try.
But it's Yugamu's handiwork that'll make or break the whole thing. You sure it's gonna work?
I'm sure. He's already taken out 6 of those things. You can probably do it blindfolded by now, right? I've never done it on a living patient before, okay? Don't come crying at me if I end up killing you instead. It doesn't matter. You can keep coming back with the Revive-O-Matic until you get it right. You're making this sound like some peaceful picnic. Well, I'll give it a try. It's the job of a leader's aide to pander to every women fancy after all. Grilled chalk sandwich sounds great. I would like a grilled cheese, please. We don't have much time, so let's start right away. I need you two to come with me to the biolab. We quietly and stealthily made our way to the biolab, taking care not to be discovered by the sponsor. Take off your clothes and lie down on that table over there. Darumi and I complied with Yugamu's instructions, tripping down with our backs to each other. Why are we taking off our clothes?
I have to let 2 boys see me naked? Gross. I might as well go the whole 9 yards and start making the O face.
The what face? Come on, this is an emergency. It's not like we've got any ulterior motives.
So says the pervert trying to sneak glances at my boobs.
I'm gonna tell Mistress Tsubasa about this.
I wasn't looking. I didn't see anything. You ready? Let's do this. But first, some anesthetic. Yugamu poked a syringe into my neck as I lay on the table. Wait a minute. Is he extracting the bomb from our living bodies? There was a sharp prickling pain for a moment, and then my vision turned blurry. I began to feel lightheaded, and... Is he taking the bombs out of our alive bodies? Day 85. I think that's what he's doing. Day 86.
You did it, Yugamu. You did it.
Oh my gosh. This, he's not a professional surgeon, I'll tell you that.
Great! Now I'm damaged goods. On the bright side, this scar makes it look like I was in an epic sword fight or something. A scar on the back would have been a swordsman's shame.
Removing that thing from a living body was certainly different. I was out of my element. Anyway, better put your clothes on. The opening ceremony for the 4th round is about to begin.
And put some vitamin E on your scar. We quickly got dressed, hiding the large scars on our chests under our clothes. And then...
Good morning, people of Lost Defense Academy.
The 4th round of the invader hunt will now begin. Gather at the leisure lounge so I can explain the rules.
This is it. It's do or die time.
Yugamu and I go on ahead, and I'll tell the others about the plan. Come join us when you're ready, Takumi.
With no bandages or anything, right? Like, there's no, like, residual blood. It looks like a gate. Like, he just stapled them. And he didn't put any bandages. What? Yeah, I'll be right there. After parting ways with Darumi and Yugamu, I went back to my room and got changed. Once that was done, we all dashed to the leisure lounge. It was time for our showdown.
Finally! Although, what's with that getup of yours?
The sponsor seemed a little confused by my appearance. He used duct tape so it's good? No, 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 that's not how you wrap a surgical site. At least put some disinfectant on that scar, right? It's okay. If they die from a septic shock, they can be revived with the Revive-O-Matic. It was only natural since I was wearing the same thing they were. I stood before them in the suit that Hideko had retrieved at the cost of her life. Takumi, why are you dressed like that? What's going on, Takumi? Everyone else looked equally confused. That was the act they were supposed to be putting on. Does the Revive-O-Matic put a bomb back in you? No, because the bomb is not part of your DNA. I would think.
I smell a big fat rat. Is this your version of a taunt? Coming here in that suit can only mean one thing, am I right?
That depends on your response. I answered the sponsor in a calm, quiet voice. So why do surgery at all? Just revive to get into a bombless body. But you have to get the bomb out of the body. If the bomb is still in the body when they're being revived, then whatever is still in there stays in there. One question for you, sponsor. You've been hounding and pestering me ever since you showed up. Why?
I thought I told you before. It's because you're the most entertaining one here. You're such a little goody-goody, which also makes you capable of the cruelest decisions. A pair of goody two-shoes would happily step into the most disgusting puddle of filth to protect someone if they could. I just knew you would provide top-class entertainment if I pushed you into a corner, and that's exactly what you did. Are your hands still stained with the blood of those people you murdered in cold blood, serial killer Takumi?
I think the bomb is still there when you get revived. After all, anyone can die in battle. Exactly, but having it surgically extracted... I mean, they're still alive, and it has been surgically extracted, therefore they cannot be threatened with it now. The sponsor's jarring laughter echoed throughout the room. Okay, now's the perfect time to act angry. I'm glad you were so entertained, and I hope you're ready for more. Let's see how funny you find this. Wait, Mr. Sumino, are you thinking... That's against the rules.
Down, Takumi, down. You can't be serious about this.
Don't do it, Takumi. Everyone tried to stop me. Of course, this was all part of the act, too. We needed to make it seem like I was acting on my own, totally independent from the others. That dying mid-surgery doesn't mean much. Just carve it out. You see, it's not really explained. So I don't know if the bomb would, like, also respawn in the body. I think they were trying to avoid death just because, like, it would be nice to avoid it. That was the scene we were trying to present to the bees hovering above. Also, if they have to be, they have to have been deceased for an extended period of time. Takumi, stop, they said while reading a paper named Script. Oh no, he's attacking the sponsor. We need to stop him. I missed that line. That was the scene we were trying to present to the bees hovering above. Let go! I made up my mind. I have to do this. I shook off the pleas of the others. The sponsor has to pay for what they did. For making me kill other humans. Ah! I charged at the sponsor full speed, a knife in my hands. The bees swooped towards me with a familiar cacophony of beating wings. Obviously, they meant to suck the blood of the rule breaker dry. But their stingers couldn't penetrate the suit I was wearing. I raised the knife. The suit could repel any cryptoglobin-based attacks, but was weak against physical attacks. Even a knife should be able to break through it.
You really didn't think this through, Takumi. Have you forgotten my other weapon?
The sponsor took out their remote control.
Sheesh, I was hoping you could entertain me for a while more before you broke. Alas, all good things must come to an end. So long, Takumi. Let's play again in our next lives.
The sponsor pressed the detonation button for the bomb in my body. Wait a minute. But I wasn't the one who got blown up.
Darumi!
We transplanted our bomb into her body? Instead, it was Darumi. I thought he was taking them both out. Darumi and I will exchange the bombs in our bodies. When I violate the rules, the sponsor will press the button for my bomb. But when they do that, the one who actually explodes will be Darumi, who hasn't broken any rules. Oh! I see what they're doing. Right. That'll fulfill the victory condition of this game. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms the participant without just cause. That's how we'll win. Will the sponsor really honor the rule, though? They could just change it on the spot. Between the two of them, the sponsors have tampered with the rules of the hunt plenty already. That's true. The rules seem more like guidelines than anything else, but I have a feeling this one is set in stone. When I was laid up in bed before, the sponsor came to my room.
I wish I could torture you myself, but at last that would be against the rules.
They sounded genuinely sad when they said that. So this is a rule that even the sponsor with all their authority can change. I think so. The moment they blew up Darumi instead of me, something will happen. I didn't know how, but the sponsor would be heavily punished. That would give us the opportunity we needed to beat them.
Hold up, you're talking like it's a given I'll get blown up in your place. Why is it gotta be me? Doesn't matter who does it, right? Couldn't you use Ima or one of those other guys?
Hey!
No, you have to be the one. It absolutely has to be you. I've decided.
Why is that?
Because you got to kiss Tsubasa before me.
So it's just a personal grudge? You're the normie who needs to blow up and die.
Why do you care? We'll bring you back with the Revive-O-Matic right away.
Of course I care! This mouth that kissed Lady Tsubasa's delicate lips will be destroyed.
Good, you home wrecker. Those lips are mine. You're killing me, Takumi. But in a good way. That's the sort of high-handedness I'd expect from a successful leader. So he was jealous. Once I ascertained the bomb had gone off, I took off the suit and stormed towards the sponsor. That was against the rules. You broke the rules, sponsor. Blowing up Darumi when she didn't do anything at all? That is a grave violation.
You killed Miss Amamiya.
Yeah, give her back to us! Wait a minute. What the? You're back already? For a while, the sponsor said nothing as we surrounded and hurled accusations at them.
You really had me fooled.
Eventually, they let out a subdued sigh.
Darn it. I totally miscalculated. You switched the bombs in your bodies, huh? When I pressed the detonator, I ended up hurting Darumi without just cause. You're right. I have broken the rules of the game.
So you see, I officially surrender.
That's it? No mortified denial, sloppy excuses, death pleas, nothing at all?
Huh?
I thought you'd bring out at least one last desperate gambit.
What am I supposed to do? Have you seen the state of my unbeatable weapons?
We followed the sponsor's glance to the ceiling.
Huh?
Oh, shoot.
The bees are falling.
Are they dead?
Those bees are like embodiments of the game itself. Since the game's over now, of course they're going to die too.
Plop, plop. One after another, the bees dropped to the ground. Finally, the last one fell and they were all dead.
See, I have nothing to fight with now. Feel free to do whatever you want to me.
You're definitely not getting off easily, but before that, show us your true face and tell us who you really are.
They must be a zombie, right?
Or a monster that looks even more hideous? I'm going to take your suit off now. Resist and you die, understand?
What's the point in resisting now? Go ahead.
Yugamu quickly and skillfully started removing the suit from the sponsor's body. Soon we would see the face of the person who'd been tormenting us for days on end. I am putting money on it's probably gonna be someone we know, or it's gonna be empty. Open sesame. Yugamu tore the suit and helmet off from the sponsor in one breath. What? Everyone was dumbfounded by the face that had been hiding beneath the suit. I couldn't believe it. It was him all this time? But how was it possible? Oh no, him who? What? What? Going back on it, the way he was talking did remind me of him, but again, how? Oh, hi, Eito. What are you doing here, buddy? You're still alive?
Hello, Takumi. Guess my secret's out. I was really hoping I could play the sponsor for a little while more.
No way, Eito.
Huh?
Don't tell me you're a zombie. Did his dead body revive somehow? No, his body is still secured in my room. He couldn't have come back from the dead.
Is this someone else disguised as Eito?
I couldn't believe Eito Atsuki was standing before us again, but there was no mistaking his malicious presence. You're really you're the real Eito? It's been a while since we spoke face to face like this, hasn't it, Takumi? I'm indeed Eito Atsuki in the flesh. Not the Eito Atsuki you know, though. I've come from another slightly different world. Oh no! My thoughts were thrown into confusion. You and me both, Takumi. How could Eito still be alive? How did he become the sponsor? And as the second sponsor, how was he connected to the first? You look completely flabbergasted. Would you like to know who I really am? That goes without saying. Spit it out already.
You have no right to remain silent.
Just what kind of alternative universe did you come from? Why did you make Takumi do that to those people in the mansion? We surrounded Eito and bombarded him with questions. Calm down, everyone. Don't worry, I'll tell you anything you want to know. I was surprised. He actually promised to answer our questions without leaving us hanging, except I just have one condition. What is it? I'll only answer questions from Takumi, and we have to be alone. No answers if anyone else is there. What? Why do I have to be stuck somewhere alone with you? Is that a no? Do you really want to turn this offer down? It's the biggest chance you have to get information out of me, team leader. You got a lot of nerve. We could always squeeze that information out from you through my various torture techniques.
Oh,
Oh, you're not much of a professional assassin if you can't tell torture won't work on someone like me, Yugamu. I've already made up my mind. I'll only talk when I'm alone with Takumi. You're still trying to toy with me at this stage? Why are you so obsessed with Takumi anyways? Why wouldn't I be mean to him? After all, you're the version of you that killed me, aren't you? I did kill Eito. Or so I thought. How could he be standing before me again now? So this is all about revenge? You even became the sponsor of the killing game to... Not really. But I just couldn't get over it, you know? How you offed the other me like you were stamping out a pest to be exterminated. Looking oh so righteous while you were at it. I wanted to make sure you came to terms with your true vile nature. And you'd never feel inclined to act self-righteous again. How does it feel to be an even worse serial killer than me, Takumi? Just for that? You made me kill those people just for that? Aw, now that's an expression better suited to a disgusting creature like you. Are you in utter anguish yet? I took over the killing game from the previous sponsor so I could see you looking tortured by guilt and desperation. The game may be over, but my fun has only just begun. Because now it's your responsibility to interrogate me. I wanted to kill Eito again right there and then to avenge my friends who died in the game, but I knew I couldn't. We needed the information he had.
Meh. It's starting to smell more and more like the multiverse theory is true. This Eito came from another timeline, right?
Huh?
Does that mean he knows how to travel between timelines? Is he a jumper?
Oh.
Can we see Takemaru alive again if we go to another timeline?
If this Eito really did come from a different timeline, the information he held was priceless. We could solve our most immediate problems by learning how to travel between timelines from him. We wouldn't have to fight Dalsha or struggle to get the escape pod started up. Nobody else needed to die. But to get that information, shall we have a little chat, Takumi? You have to tell me what I want to know first. Like, the sensation you felt when you killed those people? The feeling of bathing in the warm blood of your victims? That squelching sound was so nice and satisfying, wasn't it? In that moment, the faces of those people suddenly surfaced in my mind clear as day. The faces of the people I had killed. My breathing quickened and I broke out in cold sweat. Eito really did have the potential to be the best assassin in the world. His ability to drive people into dead ends and make them wish they were dead with words alone was unparalleled. It's not so bad to be caught if I can get to see you looking like that. But I'm nowhere near done yet. Don't think you can get away from that ugly soul of yours for even a moment. I'll be sure to remind you of your sin from now on, every single day. I could feel the strength leaving my body as Eito laughed at the top of his voice. And to think I thought I'd finally be able to relax after defeating the sponsor and ending the game. I was wrong. My real suffering was only just beginning. After killing Eito, he came back with a firm hand on my ankle, ready to drag me down into hell with him. My killing game wasn't over yet. Whoa! It happened so quickly I barely knew what was going on. Tsubasa picked up the knife I had dropped and lunged forward and slit Eito's throat with it. Can we revive him?
Tsubasa!
Don't you dare bully Takumi. My sweet Takumi.
Tsubasa?
Anyone who dares to hurt him is going to have to answer to me.
All of you are such ugly monsters. Ato coughed up blood and collapsed on the ground, and within a few seconds, he'd stopped breathing. Tsubasa? I ran over and held her in a tight embrace. I'm sorry. We were supposed to ask him for more information. But I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't bear to see you in so much pain. No need to apologize, Tsubasa. If you hadn't jumped in, I'd have done the same thing. 3 cheers for Miss Kawana. The sponsor got what was coming to him, and it feels so good. Vengeance for Takemaru. Someone like that doesn't deserve to live. I approve of anything Miss Tsubasa does. Besides, this is the perfect end to a killing game. A perfect end? Killing games just love to drag out the story for as long as possible and then suddenly drop the ending on you with zero fanfare. You know, without answering any of the subplots it was alluding to the whole time, it's not a real killing game these days if it doesn't end super abruptly. That's why this is the perfect end to our killing game. I'm here all day for it. And so the invader hunt ended abruptly in the perfect killing game style 60 days after it had began. As relieved as I was, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't bothered by many unanswered questions it left behind. No kidding! You and me both! But there was no time for us to run around trying to solve those mysteries now. The game was over, and that meant we had more important matters to deal with. With our eyes keenly focused on the prize of a true happy ending, we quickly moved towards our next objective. Unfortunately, Aito Atsuki's cryptoglobin is not strong enough to power the pod. Right, I didn't think it would be that easy. We had drained all the blood out of Aito's body and pumped it into the escape pod's fuel tank, but it still wasn't enough. Even though he was so strong, Aito's cryptoglobin is totally useless. If you really think about it, 80% of his strength came from those bees. Speaking of the bees, I have analyzed their remains and discovered something. They're a type of combat organism, or school invader to use your name for them. So those bees used to be human? I hypothesized that the first sponsor found and attacked a combat organism factory. From there, they must have coerced the manufacturers into creating these bee-like units with enhanced power and functionality. But why did the bees die all at once when the sponsor broke the rules? Or perhaps because of a divine pact to prevent the sponsor from harming the participants without due cause. A divine pact? A wish made to God, if you will. Do you not also offer something in return when making a wish to your god? I'll be a good girl, so please let Father's surgery be a success. Things like that. So in this case, I won't harm the players without due cause. So please grant these bees great strength. The people who built these bees made a wish like that? God granted them that wish? So God really exists? The strong believe that he exists is the key. Divine blood grows in strength by binding itself to emotion, and the strongest feeling in this world is devotion. God, you say? That scale's too grand for a little guy like me to comprehend. Just who was that first sponsor anyway?
They're still completely shrouded in mystery.
Sorry, guys. If I hadn't killed Aito... It wasn't your fault, Tsubasa. Nobody's trying to blame you for anything. That's right. We're all really grateful for what you did.
Mr. Tsubasa, can I comfort you with the longest, deepest kiss you've ever had? Can I? Can I? I really want to.
Let's just forget about Aito. The killing game's over now anyway. If the first sponsor was a zombie like we had theorized, it was still possible they could come back at some point. However, the bees that had been their strongest weapon were dead now. Without those bees, we could definitely take out the sponsor by ourselves. There was nothing to be afraid of anymore. What we need right now is more cryptoglobin to fully power the escape pod. We have a perfect candidate for who can provide us with that. Right. The Squad Zero commander, Dalsha. We have to find a way to beat him and take his cryptoglobin. Kamyun, have you finished developing the poison that can help with that? Who do you think I am? It was already done and dusted a while ago. So we can beat Dalsha now? Indeed, so long as you proceed with caution. My poison will break down his invincible defense, but Dalsha will still be a formidable foe. We have to come up with a foolproof strategy to beat him when he shows up at the academy, whenever that may be. After our meeting, we started preparing for our battle against Dalsha, and then night fell. There. I finally got the fire started, everyone.
I cast fire!
We lit a bonfire in the schoolyard as a memorial for all our friends who had lost their lives in the invader hunt. Closing our eyes, we observed a moment of silence and mourning. Yoshika, Moko, Kurata, Eva, our fight against the sponsor is finally over. Mother, may you rest in peace. Have no fear. My sister and I will be fine by ourselves. Sorry for making you ingest that poison, Yoshika. I hope this fire can ease some of your pain. Thank you for protecting us, Mr. Yakushiji.
We're only alive because of you.
Thank you for sacrificing yourself to save us too, Shoma.
Mistress Hideko, thanks for deigning to hang out with someone like me. Thanks for being my friend.
Hideko, we did it. You protected us all. If Hideko hadn't set up the anti-sponsor alliance, we'd all have perished in the invader hunt. Not just her. Everyone else who died after her became lights of hope that guided the 8 of us to where we are now. We mourned the souls of those who had died in this game for many hours. But we knew we couldn't mourn forever. We still had a war to fight. Alright everyone, it's time to dry our tears and discuss what to do for the next battle. Press through the pain and look to the future. Everyone wiped their tears away at my rallying call and looked up. We got some food and beverages from the cafeteria and began our war council. It was clear everyone was simply trying to put on a brave front at first, but as we ate and drank, we started to cheer up for real. Pretty soon it was just like old times.
The way your festivals are held is truly intriguing. Such a different...
Dance with me, commune. I'll teach you how we did it back in the Tokyo residential complex.
Takumi, we can't let them outshine us. Let's dance till we drop. I'll teach you how to do the lambada.
The one with all those sensual hip movements? Yeah. Go dance with yourself.
Not gonna lie, I've never been to a party like this before. Mostly because I never get invited to cultural festivals or sports meets.
With me around, you'll never be shunned like that again. Let's hang out every day and talk about everything under the sun.
Brother dearest, I want to play with fireworks. Can we use the Gift-O-Matic to make some?
That's my brilliant little sister for you. We'll make the biggest and brightest firework display anyone's ever seen.
After that, we kept chatting about anything that came to our minds, never running out of topics for conversation. Some kept drinking and eating, others dozed off as they grew tired. We all had fun in our own ways until late into the night. Day 87. ... I opened my eyes to a blue sky unfurling in every direction.
Oh, that's right. Last night.
This isn't the first time that he falls asleep at festival grounds. We talked until it was almost dawn, then decided we wanted to see the sunrise together. It was so nice that I decided to lie down and apparently ended up dozing off. My foggy brain turned idle thoughts over in my head, and as I got up, I felt a strange presence behind me. Oh no. I quickly rolled around, only to see something that made me doubt my eyes.
What the?
Hello?
Dalsha!
Falling asleep all sprawled out in the open like this in the midst of a war. Not the most sensible idea.
How did Dalsha get into the school? What happened to the alarm? What's going on? I was completely overwhelmed with confusion. Talk to me, you're already up? Morning? Oh man, we overslept and missed the sunrise. Huh? Dasha? Excuse me, but what is with this level of excitement first thing in the morning? An invader! Invader alert! Wake up, everyone! What's going on? How did you get through without tripping the alarm? Alarm? What are you talking about? As we were debating, the others showed up one by one. How did Dalsha get into the school? Is the alarm down? It is likely he simply walked through the wall of fire. He is invincible by his very nature. As long as those flames remain undisturbed, the system defense will not detect anything. That's very educational and all, but why are you so familiar with the security system? Before defecting, I was the head of the intelligence department and in charge of analyzing this school's defenses. I'm shooketh! Little Lolly Shrine Maiden over here was a former enemy? You must be the Maiden Sage Commune. You've fallen far from the light of God. I suppose you must have your reasons, but know that I show no mercy to any who makes an enemy of me. You shall perish alongside these invaders. Damn it, I wasn't expecting to have to fight him like this. All that prep work was for nothing. Now we were gonna be wiped out. But just as that thought went through my mind, 1 minute. That's all you get. Go and get yourself ready for battle. Do not disappoint me. With that, Dalsha turned away and put some distance between us. Looks like we've been saved by his code of chivalry. He did mention he didn't like to do sneak attacks before, right? Fighting fair and square. I'm a fan. Not so much when we're the ones about to fight him. We'll go with the strategy we discussed before. His cryptoglobin is what we need to finally escape from this school. Once we got our infusers ready, the decisive battle began. I'm scared.
God of the planet, hear my plea and lend me thy strength. Blood of my bond release! It is I, the paragon of warfare, Dalsha! I have come!
Scary.
Let us begin. Come and prepare to die.
I will take care of his invincible defense. The rest of you stick to the plan.
Consider it done. I'll protect my little sister.
Our strategy is to make him step on that thing we rigged up yesterday, right?
This is a battle of wits, so kill your impulses and stay calm, everyone.
Yeah, Calm is my middle name. Haha!
It's time. Take this, old man.
This is poison gas?
The effect of the poison will take some time to set in. Fall back and regroup for now.
Kinda trying to get rid of the little guys first. Oh, we're going on to the next wave. Okay.
I never would have guessed there was a poison that could work on me. My vaunted defense has come crumbling down.
Don't turn tail and run just because your invincibility's gone. We urgently need you to die for us.
Now why would I run? I have been waiting to be cornered like this my entire life.
Oh, he's probably getting a thrill out of this. A real fight? What?
I have always fought to die in battle.
To die?
To die on the battlefield is the fate of all true warriors. Do you not also long for the pleasure of an honorable death?
Absolutely not. All we want is to live.
Life and death are but two sides of the same coin. For you to live, you must put your enemy to death. Now, the time has come. Kill me to gain the life you so deeply desire. To battle!
Here goes.
So I've lost. The time of my destruction is upon me. But I have no regrets. I die a warrior.
I still don't get it. Deep down, doesn't everyone want to keep on living?
In this world, sometimes death is more constructive than continuing to live. When I defied that woman, I was ousted from my position as a hero. Imprisoned. I despaired of dying in that emptiness. I am truly grateful you all appeared. Because now I can die on the battlefield as a warrior.
Thank you for fighting honorably.
You could have massacred us if you'd opted for a sneak attack instead.
Yeah. I'm glad you were the last enemy we had to face.
It was an honor to have you as my last opponents as well. You are all true warriors. Now, finish me off like the warriors you are, and enjoy your reward of life.
Who to give it to? Do I get to choose? No? KS! Rude!
Fishness.
That was my kill. I think that's the second time she does that to us.
Foolish old man. Why would you think to let these invaders live?
Fishness! You're still alive!
I thought we blew you up with that bomb.
You really presumed I could be killed by your paltry weaponry? Certainly, I was a little scratched up, but I have since made a full recovery, thanks to the blood of this old bag of bones.
Veshness spit her words out angrily and crushed Dalsha's remains underfoot.
Are you crazy? Stepping on your own ally like that?
Surely nothing I do now can be as crazy as what you have already done. I heard from that so-called sponsor about your little killing game.
The sponsor was leaking information about us to Veshness?
The invader hunt. How dare you treat my adorable pets as targets for some mindless sport?
I'll have you know I didn't organize that game. I was forced to compete.
Nevertheless, your indiscriminate killing spree has also given me some unexpected benefits.
Like what?
Solidarity, fostered by hate. You have angered so many people that my army has grown larger and more unified than before. We are the strongest we've ever been. All of us fueled by an intense hatred for you vile invaders. You, on the other hand, are dwindling in numbers. Our next attack will certainly end in your untimely demise.
I'd like to see you try.
Just wait. The day will soon come when my army levels this school to the ground. And all of you with it.
With that declaration, Veshness turned her back on us. With no regard for us standing there dumbfounded, she calmly left. Our dim hope that this fight would be over once we defeated Dalsha was thwarted by Veshness's sudden reappearance. She would be leading her massive army in an all-out attack against the Academy soon. That fact plunged our hearts and minds into deep despair. Day 88. I still can't believe Veshness survived. Or that her army's grown even stronger. Maybe he's serious about taking us out because we were so aggressive during the hunt. Perhaps this was the sponsor's ultimate objective all along. Why do you say that? They organized a game that made us hunt down every single school invader we saw, knowing all the time that it would foster hatred among the invaders, eventually boiling over and exploding into all-out war. That kind of full-scale fighting is sure to create an astounding number of dead bodies. Aha! So the sponsor gets tons of dead bodies by making both sides take each other out. It's sounding more and more like the first sponsor really was a zombie. We're still playing out the sponsor's script even after they're gone. How big do you think Veshness's final attack will be? If that side is truly unified, the number of combat organisms will be the likes of which we've never seen before. How can we even defend ourselves against that?
And Veshness is even stronger than Dalsha, right?
She did just absorb his cryptoglobin.
What an impossible game to try and win!
Everyone started looking gloomy. Who could blame us? We were all filled with dread. We thought our fight would be over once Dalsha was defeated, but that hope had been turned into utter despair. This couldn't go on. We were being paralyzed by fear. As their leader, I had to do something. Let's talk about our bright future ahead. Whoa, what's gone into you all of a sudden? Dwelling on gloomy stuff is only going to make us gloomier, so let's talk about what dreams for the future are. This is an order from your leader. I'll even start us off. I ignored everybody's confusion and started talking about my dreams.
Once we're back on the artificial satellite, I'm going to become roommates with Tsubasa, Yugamu, and Darumi. We're going to rent a cheap but big house and live together in abject poverty. Becoming penniless roommates with my friends. That's my current dream.
Wait a second, Takumi. That was my dream. You can't just poach it like that. It just means you and I have the same dream, Tsubasa. Just like we should. You and I are united in mind and body in more ways than one. That is so cringy to say out loud.
Stop, not in front of all these people.
Really not appreciating the sudden unsolicited info dump, guys.
Wow, united in mind and body? So suggestive.
But what is this? What is it? What is being united in body and mind suggestive of? Close your eyes, close your ears, Kamyun. You're too young for this. Yugamu, you're next. What are you gonna do when we get back? Any future plans? Dream jobs? Dream job, you say? Ideally, I'd like to do something medicine-related. I think I've taken enough lives, so now I want to use my knowledge about the human body to save lives instead. I think you'd make a great doctor. You've already saved my life plenty of times. How about you, Darumi? What are you gonna do? What a stupid question. Infiltrating an I have a hard time with that word off the bat.
Infiltrating an eroge company, of course. I'll start as a janitor and work my way up to become director of my own project. Then I'll flood the spineless adventure game industry with my erotic fantasies.
Wow, when did you become so optimistic, Darumi? You call this being optimistic? What about you two? What do you want to do on the artificial satellite? Just live my life out peacefully with Kamyun, I guess. Take daily walks, go shopping, and enjoy life like an ordinary person.
I do not expect a life of ease as a refugee, but I will use my skills and abilities to overcome any obstacle.
I'll support you however I can, too. That's what I promised Eva. Your turn. Ima, Kako, if you have any dreams, we'd love to hear them.
It just so happened Brother Dearest and I were discussing this matter the other day.
Once we make it to the satellite, we'll volunteer to distribute food to any children in need. We really should balance out all the bad things we did here with some good stuff.
And what could be better than helping children who were just like us in the past?
That's an awesome dream to have. I'll help too. I'll build a powerful cooking stove for you. You'll likely need medical assistance as well. That's where I come in. I can help with that. As we spoke about our plans and dreams, our faces became brighter and brighter. Painting a vivid mental picture of a bright future is a great way to shake yourself out of the paralysis of despair. That was what I learned that night. Not to mention, being around Tsubasa infused me with even more life. Let's all beat Veshness together. Her cryptoglobin will definitely be strong enough to activate the escape pod. Then we'll be able to make our dreams come true. Thus, energized and looking forward to the future again, everyone started preparing for the final attack with renewed determination. That scene was wholesome. We've got to get as strong as possible before Veshness launches her final attack. I slapped my cheeks to get into gear and started training. Oh my god! We have free time! Let's go spend all of our BP! Vashnes must be organizing her troops right now. The upcoming final attack was causing me a lot of anxiety. But it's fine. We can beat them. We survived the invader hunt. Vashnes has nothing on us. We can do this. We can beat them. I chose to believe in our ultimate victory. After all, we had nothing else to fall back on. Day 89. Another day of training. Training to prepare for the final battle. Vashnes didn't show up today either. Perhaps it's taking her longer than expected to get her troops in order. Oh, that's good news for us. The later she and her army show up, the more time we have to prepare. It's okay. It's gonna be alright. We can do this. We can beat them. I repeated my mantra to myself over and over as I got into bed. It was all I could do to live each day clinging to the belief that we'd be victorious in the end. Hey, the more you say it, day 90, the more you can manifest it. We call that manifestation.
Huh?
Our 90th day of Academy life. Vashnes was definitely going to attack us within the next 10 days. I need to get prepared so I don't have regrets when she shows up. Another day with no attack. This must be what the calm before the storm is like. Still doesn't feel like the cusp of a final showdown. Just come on and try it already, Vashnes. You're gonna lose. It's giving us too much time to prepare. Day 91. Yet more training today. Everyone's gotten a lot stronger in the last few days. If we kept going like this, the invader army would be no match for us. With that thought in mind, I started getting ready for bed. Just then... Who could it be at this hour? I opened the door hesitantly. Standing on the other side was... Who is it? Oh, Commune. Pretty late. Did you need something? Why do you sound worried? Commune's face was twisted in agony. What is it?
I intercepted the wireless comms just now and ascertained the size of Vashnes's army.
Really? How big is it?
Much bigger than I had anticipated. The Supreme Commander's claim about having the strongest army in history was no idle boast.
So what are you saying? If she comes at you with the full force of that army, your chances of victory are 0. 0? That's an exaggeration, right? We won't know for sure unless we try. We know. We need to give my calculation skills more credit. Not only is the army massive, they have also procured a large amount of extinguishing agents capable of putting out the wall of fire. And do not forget that they have Vashnes leading them. The battle is as good as lost already. I was hit by a wave of dizziness and almost collapsed on the spot. Should I even burden the others with this new revelation? They'd supported me because they believed we could fight off Vashnes together, but now... That is why I have come to you. I have a proposal that can avert total annihilation. Proposal? You mean there's still a way out of this? There is, and it's incredibly simple. We activate your escape pod before Vashnes arrives. The pod? But we're sitting ducks right now precisely because we can't make it work. Only Vashnes has cryptoglobin strong enough to power it now. We need not remain fixated on her. You have cryptoglobin of far greater power than Vashnes can ever dream of right here in this academy. The Divine Infant. I'd never heard him called by that name before, but I knew who she was talking about. His face immediately surfaced in my mind. You mean the baby in the defense room? In the defense room on the 3rd floor of the academy was a baby in a capsule. The undying flames being produced by the baby's body around the clock were also being stored in missiles. It would take 100 days for all of the missiles to be filled with undying flames. That was the reason we were here defending the academy. How do you know about him?
Have I not already mentioned I also headed the intelligence department on the other side? I'm more familiar with your secret weapons powers than anyone else.
In fact, I would venture to say I know more than you and your friends, and have not even been told the half of it. Powering up the escape pod will be trivial with the cryptoglobin of the divine infant. Nevertheless, there are risks involved. Once the baby is dead, the protective wall of fire around the academy will disappear. Veshness is likely to seize that opportunity to launch her final assault. However, given the current size and scale of her army, it may not be so nimble as it once was. Veshness and her army don't factor into this. We're not killing the baby. Your anger is warranted. There is undoubtedly an illogical measure. It is undoubtedly an illogical measure. But Takumi, even if you do not kill him for this purpose, did you know he'll be dead in another week anyway? The missiles he is creating in that defense room are ruthless weapons designed to raise all life on this planet, including himself. If the baby was going to die on day 100 anyway, maybe it wouldn't be a crime to kill him just a few days before. No, absolutely not. You can't ask me to kill a friend. Even if we haven't seen him in a while, he was still our friend. Yeah, we haven't seen him in a long time in this timeline. So what if he was destined to die in another week anyway? Killing him ourselves is out of the question. You're perfectly justified to feel reluctant. It is not a path I would willingly tread either. But hear me out, Takumi. As cruel as this may sound, might it not actually be your duty to kill that child? My duty? Why is that? Why, you ask? It's obvious. Because you killed my mother. I do not hate you for what you did, since my mother chose her own fate. But now that you have stained your hands with her blood, you are obliged to keep going in that same vein to the very end. Yeah, it's been a pretty dark timeline. It is irrational that you kill Eva, yet refuse to kill that child. My past sins continue to haunt me even now, driving me into corners and forcing me to make unpleasant decisions. What Kamyun said made sense. It was my duty as Eva's killer to kill the child as well. You don't need to take action right away. However, do remember that time is running out. I'll be waiting in the underground storeroom. When you feel ready, bring the baby's body to me there. Kamyun left me alone in my room to think over her proposal. I threw myself into bed and stared at the ceiling, but I couldn't think clearly. I just couldn't. Day 92. She is giving us a big decision. I lay awake in bed until morning, unable to sleep. What I needed to do was simple enough. I had to kill the child. That was it. Go into the defense room, kill the baby there, get his cryptoglobin. But could I really do that? Morally? We hadn't seen him in a while, but he was still our friend. I felt a sudden, desperate urge to see the others. I got up from bed and started to wander around school in search of my friends. This is an Uchikoshi decision if I've ever seen one. Good morning, Takumi. Mr. Sumino, you came right on time. Ima and Kako bounced over to greet me the moment I stepped inside the cafeteria. That plate is so cute.
Please, try this.
What is it?
Special kids lunch my dear sister and I came up with.
I want to make something like this for the street kids once we get to the artificial satellite.
It's so cute. They're gonna love it.
Feeding hungry kids on the streets is going to be our way of atoning for what we've done.
This is actually delicious. I'm sure the kids will love it. Considering how adventurous the twins had always been with their cuisine, I was surprised at their attempt at a more conventional dish. They were serious about what they'd said, and were already working towards it. Once we make it to the satellite, we'll volunteer to distribute food to any children in need. We really should balance out all the bad things we did here with some good stuff.
And what could be better than helping children who were just like us in the past?
I finished the kids' lunch Ima and Kako had made, then left the cafeteria. Who's in the library? I peeked into the library to find Yugamu poring over a stack of books on the table. Takumi dropped by for some morning reading too. Yeah, I thought it'd be nice for a change. What are you reading? Medical books related to biology. I'm going to relearn everything from the basics. How else can I become a good doctor, right? You weren't joking about the doctor dream, huh? Dream job, you say? Ideally, I'd like to do something medicine related. I think I've taken enough lives, so now I want to use my knowledge about the human body to save lives instead. Yeah, I'm retiring from the assassin business. I'd already resolved to do it the day I made Yoshika take that poison.
Next time, I'll be on the life-saving side. It's the only way I can atone for what I've done.
Good for him! He turned back to the medical books solemnly. Yugamu was already making plans for the future. I didn't want to distract him and headed out to the headed out of the library. Arumi was typing furiously on a keyboard in the war room.
What? Oh, it's just you, Takumi.
Huh.
I'm busy writing. Talk later.
Writing what? A novel?
A scenario, you silly goose. Remember I said I'd make the best edoge in the world?
You did say that.
A stupid question. Infiltrating an edoge company, of course. I'll start as a janitor and work my way up to become director of my own project.
Yeah!
Then I'll flood the spineless adventure game industry with my erotic fantasies. I always thought I'd start working on it after getting back to the artificial satellite, but I can't stop this momentum now. I've been so caught up, I've already pulled 2 all-nighters in a row.
Narumi's eyes were shining with life. I could hardly believe this was the same girl who was frequently talking about killing herself only a few days ago. I'm glad to see you're so passionate about it, but why the sudden urge to start now?
Because this is really the only thing I can do. My whole life's been a steaming pile of crap. Crappier than crap. And one day it dawned on me. Maybe I can write something that touches the hearts of those whose lives are just as crappy as mine.
Maybe my story can even be something that brings comfort to others. Then I'd be just like Mr. Skidako.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of... Okay, as odd as it sounds, there are some good things coming out of this timeline. Darumi was trying her best to carry on Hideko's legacy in her own way. Her legacy of saving others. I watched Darumi hammer away at the keyboard for a while longer before leaving. I heard sounds coming from the metal shop and decided to peek inside, where I saw Nozomi. She was on a sewing machine, working on a piece of clothing. Morning, Takumi. Morning. Are you making clothes? Yeah, I was thinking of making Kami some street clothes. That princess dress doesn't look very comfortable. You're really stepping into your big sister role, huh? Nozomi was always so tense before, but now she seemed completely at peace with herself. I intend to do for Kami everything my mom couldn't do for me.
I'll cook for her every day, dress her up in pretty clothes, go out together, and also... Oh, so many things. I just can't wait to get to the artificial satellite.
To Nozomi, living a peaceful life with family was what happiness meant. I watched her work on the dress for a little while more before taking my leave. Oh, Tsubasa. Takumi, I finally found you. Tsubasa ran up to me when she spotted me walking down a hallway. What's wrong? What's the emergency? Check this out! It's my attempt at the perfect house layout for our roommate situation. What do we got? We got a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. Why are we in the same bedroom? Her bedroom is like kind of connected to mine. Bathroom, kitchen, walk-in closet. That's a big TV, sofa, and whatever that other hallway is. Cute. I know I'm probably jumping the gun here, but once I got started, I just couldn't stop. She showed me the layout she had drawn up and explained how it would be furnished. TV definitely has to go here. It's the only space we can fit a sofa big enough for all of us. No east-facing windows in Yugamu or Darumi's room for sure, since they're nocturnal. Your room will be in the corner for more privacy, so no one will hear us when we're alone together. Seeing Tsubasa smile so radiantly as she talked about our life together warmed my heart. I wanted to reach out and hold her closer, to protect her, give her the brightest future ever.
For all of this to come true, we'll have to beat Veshness first, but that's no problem. She and her army will be no match for us.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. One way or another. Everyone's so full of hope. Everyone's already taking firm steps towards their futures. I want to make sure they all get to the artificial satellite and start living those lives, but to do that... Is killing the baby and taking his cryptoglobin really the only way? If Veshness and her army really were impossible to defeat, it was our only option. But does that make it right? I knew the answer. Of course it didn't. Should I send everyone to the artificial satellite, even if it means doing something terrible by killing that child? Or should I take my chances and rally everyone to face Veshness' final attack? I have to make a choice. What am I gonna do here?